UGA, that's that underground ass. That's that underground ass. It's a long way up, it's a long way down. Sometimes you get to past the ones you see on the way back down. It's a long way up, yes sir. It's a long way down, yes sir. You got to learn to love yourself before someone else. I said it's great to be a Georgia Bulldog. Say it's great to be a Georgia Bulldog. I said it's great to be a Georgia Bulldog. Even if I live in Cali, it's how me a Bulldog.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites. And I was disappointed they made the season of Punisher. I like the Punisher and the Daredevil, the Netflix season.
Yeah.
But I thought they was gonna do something when Disney picked it up. I thought they was gonna do something with it.
Oh no, I could have told you that.
But
Disney don't really know what to do with the Punisher. That's
Daredevil though, they got Daredevil on She-Hulk.
yeah, they trashed him on She-Hulk too.
Yeah, he's smashing her like crazy too. That didn't even mix real good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They took the character and trashed the character. So you see what they did to Daredevil. You know what I'm saying? They put him back in the yellow suit. You know what I mean? And
I did. Yeah.
They probably put a unicorn on the Punisher shirt.
I hope not. But I hope not the Punisher. But actually, I like this. Me and him was talking yesterday. This stuff I like. I mean, some people say it ain't relevant, but when you sit down and you want to watch something good, those are the best things to watch. Like them superhero movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Cause you got the love, you got the romance, you got the action, you got the comedy, you got the thriller, the drama, all of that in one.
Yeah.
And they be have some, especially the Daredevil Punisher, have some real live good action scenes.
Yeah, I've been the Punisher show was dope. I've been a Punisher fan since the comics, bro. Like I used to read Punisher War Journal. That used to be one of my go-to. X-Men comics, Spider-Man comics, and Punisher War Journal comics used to be the main ones. I used to collect comics for a lot of different reasons. Those are the ones that I was most interested in the story.
I used to steal them and collect them.
I used to steal them and collect them too. Yeah.
I used to go downtown when I was young. Cause we used to stay like right there at the river. Yeah. They had the comic book shop, and we used to be downtown all the time. Anyway, I don't live like that no more. So shoot, it's irrelevant, and I ain't trying to romanticize about it.
Yeah, I lost my whole comic book collection, and that's what I chalked it up to. Because 99% of it was stolen.
See how irrelevant it is? Same thing. Stole all them them crates right there. Here like 2 or 3 crates full of comic books that we stole.
Yeah.
Me and my brother, but maybe we bought a few of them.
Yeah.
But most of them we stole and like.
Yeah. See, as a kid, this was when I was living in New Orleans. Like we used to get on our bikes and we'd go to all of the stores, all of the comic stores. We may buy one, whatever, buy a newspaper, and then we stuff in the newspaper with comics and we're walking out. So most of my collection was stolen comics. And then my little brothers, who was much younger then, they got a hold of my collection and tore it up. And I just thought that was just, God sent me something.
Heard.
And I never collected comic books after that. But I've been a comic book fan my whole life though.
But send Dolph Lundgren.
Ill-gotten gains. You never. You know what I'm saying? You can't sustain anything with ill-gotten gains.
Yeah, when you work hard for it, it's longevity.
There you go. You steal them.
The instant gratification. It's all in the same. But hey, thank y'all. Thank y'all for spending time with me today. You could be doing a lot of other things. Keeping it real with Mr. White, the podcast. Today I got a special guest with me. Tell the people who you will.
Man, I'm Issues, man. Issues, the artist, or just Issues. Coach Issues to some people.
Issues the artist and Issues the what?
Issues the artist, Issues the coach, Issues.
Because I seen you was somewhere, you was making some stuff and you had some merchandise and stuff too. I mean, it looked like you do more than just rap.
Yeah, I do a whole lot more than that.
But I guess some stuff you was making, that's part of art too, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Okay.
Most of the things I do center around art in some way. That's where Issues the artist came from.
Heard. Issue the artist, the artist.
Not just the MC, not just the, you know what I'm saying? Like I got a t-shirt business, that's art. You know what I'm saying? I do custom hats, this is one of them, that's art. You know what I'm saying? Me and my wife, we got a little store at the flea market. You know what I'm saying? We with a lot of handmade things, that's art. You know what I'm saying? I do graphic design, that's what I went to school for, that's art. You know what I'm saying? I face paint, that's art.
I seen you doing that too, on maybe on something too.
Right. I teach boxing, that's art.
I seen you boxing.
You know what I'm saying? So Issues the artist, all the way around.
Why you ain't put that in the car for me so I got doing rocking like I'm rocking Ali hat today? You from Atlanta, you keep making this and you man, you,
oh, that's Ali. Let me see.
Man, you could have
That's
got
Ali
doing,
joint.
yeah, man, you could have
I
got
mean, you know about
doing.
that. Yeah, that's fine.
Shoot, I'm all about supporting my black people, man.
I got you, bro.
Done.
I got you. That's fly though. I like that.
But hey, if they want a custom hat or they want some shirts and stuff, how can they get one?
I'm building the website right now, but it'll be up any day now. But right now, just get at me, either DM me on Instagram or get at me on Facebook Messenger.
Okay, what's the Instagram? Just in case they don't know the
Instagram is issues DA_artist. ISHUESDA_artist. And the Facebook is issues ISHUES, and then my last name, which is Cuthbertson, CUTHBERTSON.
Say that again.
CUTHBERTSON.
Yeah, I heard that.
I got an issues page on Facebook too, but I don't really use it that much. Everything usually run through my personal page, so that's what it is.
So if they want to donate, you got a cash app or something?
Oh yeah.
To support, if they don't want to buy that, maybe they can just donate.
Issues the artist. Issues ISHUESDA artist.
Look at this
That's
shit.
my cash app.
Now IG want to mess with me. Nothing but IG keep on texting me. Man, y'all be playing with me sometimes. But hey, Issue the artist.
Yep.
How about some we talking about artists? I mean, I don't know, and you say you do music too. So if they want some music and they want to check you out, how would they get that?
All streaming platforms, and again, my website, which is about to be issuestheartist.com. But all streaming platforms right now. But on my website, I'm gonna have all of the music that's out on Spotify and Apple Music and Amazon and all that other stuff. I'm gonna have that in there, but I'm gonna also have a lot of unreleased music that I never, you know what I'm saying?
And it's gonna be the same thing, Issue the artist?
Yep, Issues DA artists.
On all platforms.
On all platforms.
Man, Classic City stand up.
You know what I'm saying?
Shoot. But you like from you said when you stay here now. You've been staying here over 20 years?
I've been here since
over 30 years.
Yeah, I've been here since my 9th grade year of high school.
So this your home?
This my home.
Yeah, this your home. Yeah, check. This your home. So when did you get that, or when did you start? You know what I'm saying, becoming the artist, or when you started making music and started doing things like, you know what I'm saying, active in music and active in making shirts. When did you get serious and when did you start?
I mean, as far as being an artist, I've been an artist all my life. I've been an artist since, I mean, as far back as I can remember. So, you know what I mean? I've been an artist as far back as I can remember. Even in high school, in Clark Central, that's one of the things I was known for, being an artist.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? I used to have my pictures and stuff. They used to like up in the hallways in the school. You know what I'm saying? I was one of Mr. Stroud's finest.
Heard.
You know what I'm saying? Me, Justin Miller. Shout out to Justin Miller.
What's going on, Justin?
Yeah, man.
Hadn't it?
So we used to have vicious art wars back in the day. You know what I'm saying? He draw a picture, I draw a picture. You know what I mean? So I've been an artist most of my life, and I've always been an artist and I've always been a hustler. You know what I'm saying? And ever since, you know, because before I lived there, I lived in New Orleans. I went to middle school in New Orleans. You know
Heard.
So even in New Orleans, I used to back when the graffiti or the denim was popular. I used to in middle school. I used to draw the denim. I used to draw the bubble letters and the graffiti on the denim with the Sharpies. You know what I'm saying? I used to charge kids in middle school for that. Then I used to draw because one of the reasons why I used to steal comic books was I used to, well, I'm gonna say collect. I ain't gonna say steal no more. One of the reasons why I used to collect comic books is I used to draw the pictures out of the comics. You know what I'm saying? And then I would collect like a nice collection of them. I'd turn them into a booklet and I'll sell them in middle school.
Oh wow.
So I've been hustling with my art pretty much my whole life in some way, shape, form, fashion. Even Mr. Kid, God rest his soul, you know, he talked me into doing a T-shirt venture with him. I designed these T-shirts and whatever, he pressed them up. You know what I'm saying? And we kind of went into business together on that. So I've been a hustler about my art for most of my life. Now, when I got to music, I used to write poetry a little bit in high school, and then in high school was about when I started messing around with rhyming and this and that, whatever. And then when I got out of school, I moved back up to New Jersey and pretty much honed my craft up there, and then came back.
So that's where it began, huh?
Yeah.
Greatness in the making. But hey, speaking of that, man, I do want to talk about a couple things.
Okay, talk to me.
I don't even know how you feel about it.
Just go with it.
But some people get confused, and I really want to talk to me. Really, I don't even want to talk to no folk. Maybe you can help me out. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I think men and women is one and the same.
One and the same.
Well, I mean, yeah. Some people say, I mean, they look at me, they call me two-faced. I'm like two different people. I got two different personalities, so sometimes I be battling with myself. Sometimes, so sometimes be telling me like, shoot, we ain't the same, and I be kind of confused. But I want to let the young men know that as men and women, you gotta be careful because when you thinking something as a man, chances is that woman is thinking something totally different.
Mm-hmm.
And when that woman is thinking something or expecting something, it may not even be downloaded in your head.
Mm-hmm.
And even in relationships, but everything that we do every day, we walking and we talking and we moving on and going out with our lives, we're building relationships.
Mm-hmm.
So, for me, what can you tell me to help me to understand that we are not the same? And how can I, sometimes agree to disagree, like inside of my head when like I'm thinking something else and she's thinking something else and we not on one accord? How can I, how can I breathe and like just period, just agree to disagree to some certain situations? Because maybe even like going out to eat and be like, shoot, what you want to eat? I'm like, well, I can't eat everything. What do you want to eat? But sometimes it be like they really know what they want to eat, but they don't want to tell you. They want you to pick it.
Right.
But how that's so confusing. Like, how do I maneuver with that?
Well, maneuvering with it is understanding the first point you made, which is men and women are not the same. Men and women are not the same at all. They're not created the same. Their makeup the same. You know what I'm saying? If a nuclear bomb strike today, boom, and all of us, turn into skeletons, and then 100 years later, they dig our skeletons up. Let's say it happened right now while we're in this room. They could look at our skeleton and say that there was 3 dudes in that room. They don't have to do any sort of complicated testing to see that these are 3 male skeletons.
Because of the biology of it.
Right. So in and out, from the skeleton all the way out, we are not the same. Right. So understanding that first, because what happens is in relationships a lot of times is we don't understand that we operate from different mechanisms, right? See, we are supposed, and this is why a lot of times when you with your woman and she knows she want to eat, but she wants you to choose what you want to eat, right? Well, she wants you to choose what they're gonna eat, right? Because she's naturally inclined to your leadership, right? Because the leadership role has been placed on you, and this is the reason why. The reason why is because as men, we're supposed to be more logical, more analytical, right? And women, their mechanism is their emotions. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's the reason why that is because the rearing of the children is their first job when we talking about building families. So you got to have that. You know what I'm saying? Naturally, we the ones that go out while the woman rear the children. We go out and we do the hunting and the gathering, right? Now you can't be emotional if you go out and do the hunting and the gathering, because what if you got to go hunt at night and you're afraid? You got to get through that and think about what's logical and how you got to do that. So that's going all the way down to just the base level of human function, right?
Yep.
So now you put all of that into modern day, you know what I'm saying? What it comes down to is that a lot of times we make the mistake of when they get emotional, we get emotional with them. You know what I'm saying? If we can learn as men to better operate outside of our emotions, we'll be able to sometimes put water on that fire. You understand what I'm saying?
Instead of the gasoline.
Exactly. You know what I mean? But in order to achieve that, in order to agree to disagree sometimes, because sometimes as men, like, we gotta just agree to disagree or just kind of let it slide or whatever. We have to think more logically, say, okay, maybe I can humble myself in this situation in order for emotions to calm down and we could come to a space where we could better discuss this. But a lot of times we don't, I say we, include myself, a lot of times we don't do that, you know what I'm saying? We get in our emotions with them.
We always want to be right, huh?
And then it turn into situations or whatever the case may be. But that those things happen when we forget that we're not the same. You understand what I'm saying? There you go.
Mr. White, Mr. White, Mr. White, Mr. White. Remember, we are not the same.
Not the same.
And if you read some places, Mr. White, it says that the woman is less than, but still you're supposed to uplift them.
I don't believe the woman is less than. I believe the woman is different. I believe the woman is just as powerful as the man, it's just in different ways.
See, now, when people take that sort of as scripture and they read into that, some of them just hear the words. They don't dig deep. Like your children, less than. You're supposed to protect them. More vulnerable. But some people like, the woman is less than, oh, we're not equal. So when I'm saying that, I'm not saying that we're not equal and the woman is not strong. But the woman is less than because they're more vulnerable. Well, they can be weaker, and we're supposed to be their shield.
Well, sometimes vulnerability is a strength, though, and that's where the union between man and woman becomes so powerful, because by being in a relationship with a woman, as men, we can learn to be a little bit more vulnerable, or at least a little bit more sensitive in a lot of ways, right? Because sometimes just being hard and coarse and you know what I'm saying, can actually be to your detriment. You know what I mean?
So I was having this conversation with this young guy, and I was like, that's okay. That's okay. Boom, 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 boom. Woo, woo, woo. Maybe this is when I'm out here in the streets. I can be this and be this, but I have to have somebody where I can be vulnerable to. That I can go home and vent to and be vulnerable to. So that means that if I'm being vulnerable, is she being my rock?
There you go. Then that comes down to, you know what I mean, your choice of your choice of mate. You know what I mean? That's what that comes down to. You see, this is something a choice of mate in the decor. Decor is like
the same thing. Your choice.
Mm-hmm.
What you attract, what you like.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Or what you choose. Because what you attract and what you like is not always what you choose.
so say I'm a woman
Mm-hmm.
and I go, you know what I'm saying, to the strip club, Chocolate City on, Magic Night.
Okay.
And
Magic Mike Night. You're a woman and you're going to Magic Mike Night.
and I want him to be my husband. He danced for me and threw his thing in my face, and I don't give him some dollars, and I want him to be my husband. But then, like 6 months down the line, I don't want him to dance no more. But that's where I met him at in the strip club, and he was dancing.
Right.
How as a woman maybe I'm supposed to feel, or let's flip it. How as a man am I supposed to feel if I went to the strip club and I was, making it rain, and I met this woman. But all women, sometimes they just go to the strip club because they might need to pay for their tuition or something.
Right.
But does that make that woman whore, or can she still be wife-like?
I mean,
Like I could be husband-like.
well, I mean, here's the thing, finding a wife or finding a husband, being a wife or being a husband, it's not something that you become, it's something that it's not something that you become when the relationship starts. It's something that you are already, right? So if and this is not, I mean, every there's exceptions to every rule.
Hurt.
But if you meet your chick, if you see a chick dancing in the strip club, is she a wife?
Could be. She could be
Just
married
because
already. She could be married already.
Just because she's married doesn't mean she's a wife.
Oh, the question is, what is a wife?
There you go.
What is a husband?
There you go. Because just because you married doesn't mean you're a husband or a wife. Just the same way as you can have children and not be a mother
father.
or a father.
Just a sperm donor.
Dig it. So
Mr. White, pay attention.
If you start with the first example. If you a chick and you go to a strip club and you meet a dude and he's slinging ding-a-ling in the faces of all the chicks in there, is he a husband? Is that something that a husband would do?
Actions?
Yeah.
Heard. But maybe down the line,
what does scripture say? He who finds a wife
finds a good thing.
Right. He who finds, not make a wife.
He, not she that, but
not. It doesn't say he who makes a wife.
Finds
a wife. When you marry her, you married her because she was a wife.
And your helpmeet. Your helpmate.
Right. When you met her, she had already passed all of the qualifications of being a wife.
So
now,
she already
you meet her in
lived
the
a
strip
little
club, bit. And she, you know what I'm saying? She twerking it on the tool, and you know what I'm saying? She slobbing the knob, and she make you feel like, you know what I mean? You supposed to feel. And you marry her, that doesn't mean she's a wife. There again, in your emotions, that's why I said, what you want and what you like is not always the same thing as what you choose. That's why I said what you choose, not what you want and what you like. Because if you want a wife, I may like the chick in the strip club. You know what I'm saying? That may be what I like in my deep down desires. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. But is that a wife though? Should I if I'm trying to get a wife and build a family, should I choose that even though that's what I like?
So, Mr. White, you need to dig down a little deeper, a little deeper. So, live a little and let live. So, if you, many other things, not just wife situations and husband situations. If I choose this, I can't be mad at anybody else because that was my choice.
Right.
And I should have thought about that in the beginning.
Right.
So what am I willing to do to make myself happy? Because that woman I can't make happy. What I come to find out, I mean, I don't know everything, but what I did come to find out, as a human being, we are responsible for our own happiness.
Facts.
Mr. White, you are responsible for your own happiness.
That's a fact.
So the decisions and choices that you make, Mr. White, you gotta lay in it.
That's right.
And you gotta, man, that man told me, what you tell me yesterday? You said, you gotta beat yourself. You gonna stop yourself. You have to stop yourself. And that went to what? The timelines, into the flashpoints, to the decisions that we make. Man,
what's the greatest gift that the Most High gave man?
Self-will.
Hmm?
Self-will.
Self-will?
That's what I believe. Self-will. That's the greatest gift that he gave them, which was not really a great gift. But as human beings,
I'm talking about, when I say great, I mean greatness is like, okay,
then
Floyd
life.
Mayweather is a great boxer, right? Why?
Okay.
Because he went 50-0. No one's ever going 50. Well, I ain't gonna say no one's ever going 50-0, but you know what I mean. He achieved something most people have not achieved. So when I say a great gift, I mean greatness can also be have a negative connotation, but I mean something that no one else outside of human beings have.
I don't know. Because
Choice.
I got
choice. Free will. Choice.
Okay, that goes back to what I'm saying. That's the self-will. The self-will is me making my choices.
There you go.
My choices.
Right.
Or what I want.
Right.
That put.
Right. But the negative thing about it is not necessarily negative. What could be negative is also what's the phrase in Spider-Man? With great power comes what?
Great responsibility.
So with a great gift such as choice comes with great responsibility, and you have to make sure you choose wisely, because the consequences of those choices are yours and yours alone.
So if I choose to, be in that car, and then we start talking, and like, shoot, we finna go rob that bank, and I don't get out the car, then
you live whatever comes with it.
I could have changed the timeline right then and like, stop this car, let me get out.
Yep.
But I chose to stay in this car, so I'm finna go on with this timeline, and whatever happens, whoever falls. I can't get mad if, you know what I'm saying, the drivers put it all on me and say, and snitch on me, because I made that decision, I made that choice to go with him.
Yep.
So if that was the decision for him to put everything on me, even if we had dope in the car, the dope yours, even though if it's his, I still made that decision. I can't be mad at him.
Nope.
My decision was in the going.
Yep. Once you found out that there was dope in the car, or once you found out that this was the intention, they're going to go rob the bank, and you chose to stay in there past that, then whatever repercussions come down, it was your choice. And so the consequences are yours to deal with.
And mine alone.
That's right.
Why? You may not know. I don't know. I don't even know if you do it. But why do we, you know what I'm saying, as human beings, make excuses or justify? Well, I didn't know. No, but maybe I did know. They was going to rob the place. Why do we continue to make excuses instead of take self-responsibility and stand up for what we was wrong?
Because self-responsibility don't feel good. Excuses make us feel good about the bad choices that we make.
So that goes all the way to in the brain. We want what feels good.
Right.
And when those chemicals start working, and we start feeling down.
This is why a lot of men say, forgive me, lady. A lot of men say, and there's truth to it. You know what I'm saying? Every person is different, but it's very hard for a woman to take full responsibility for what she did.
Why is that?
Because she's operating from her feelings. Taking full responsibility doesn't feel good. We make excuses to make us feel better. So if you operating more out of your feelings, you're gonna make more excuses for your actions because coming out and saying I'm wrong does not feel good. So we make excuses to make us feel better. You see what I'm saying? But real man type shit, right? Is what? Is a man standing on what he do. You know what I mean? How you know you got a real man or real G or whatever you want to call him. He wrong, he say he wrong, he stand on it. You know what I'm saying? He accept whatever comes with it. You know what I mean? If somebody go to jail or you commit that bank robbery and he stand up and he say, look, I did it.
Take your own charge.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't snitching on nobody. You know what I mean? I'm not making no excuses
Instead
for
of getting
why.
everybody in trouble.
Dig it.
But why, as men, why we gotta play the tough role? Like, why do we have to play the tough role? You stepped on my shoes. I'm sorry, we can't do that though. I'm sorry, I apologize for stepping on your shoes. Why us men can't do that? Why we gotta be tough? I stepped on your shoes, and what? What you gonna do about it? Men, why we can't? I'm sorry, Mr. White, let me look in the mirror. Why you can't, you know what I'm saying? Take responsibility and be like, or why you can't be a man and be like, I'm sorry. But you want somebody to forgive you. Mr. White, what's wrong with you, young man? He bumped you. He no, it could have been a mistake. Why you gotta be tough? But hey, Mr. White, you better be careful. Because you never know what the next person went through or what kind of week they had, and you step on the wrong person's shoes and you talking all that. Today, shoot, in Georgia, we ain't got no gun license, no gun laws, really. You might get burnt. Maybe that's why so many people are getting killed.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you know, they say I'm bipolar, they say I ain't got it all that stuff, so I don't know. But that's why I'm talking to Mr. White in the mirror. I'm looking at myself. I ain't talking about y'all. Because I just see that a lot going on with the world today. The tough guy rolling, we don't want to man up or take responsibility, men or women. And when we wrong, we always got to be right, or it's nothing's ever our fault.
I think what I feel like is that society in general, it's been a real big push for it in males. But I feel like society in general, especially if you live in this country, you've been conditioned to operate through your emotions. You know, because your emotions dictate what you buy, your emotions dictate who you vote for, your emotions dictate the climate of society. So everything from all types of media, from the content on your YouTube feed to the timeline on your Facebook and your Instagram or Twitter or whatever the case may be, it's all made to stimulate your emotions.
The algorithm.
So a lot of times we can't humble ourselves. We can't, oh, my fault, take responsibility or whatever the case may be, because if you operate in your emotions, a lot of times, especially if you grew up with a culture of being macho and hard or whatever the case may be, it doesn't feel good because you've been always told that showing humility is weakness, backing down is weakness. You know what I'm saying? Saying my bad, my fault is weakness. Admitting that you're wrong is weakness. You know what I'm saying? So as a knee-jerk reaction, we get aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Because that feels better to get hard and get aggressive. That feels better. You know what I'm saying? Then to take responsibility and humble yourself and say, you know what I'm saying, I was wrong. You know what I mean? But honestly, that's one of the things that, I teach boxing at X3 Sports. I've been teaching boxing and martial arts and self-defense. X3 Sports on Millage Avenue.
Okay.
X3 Sports on Millage Avenue. Come see me. Anyway, part of the reason why I've always taken martial arts and I've always boxed, you know what I'm saying, and done those type of things is because the discipline of martial arts teaches you to be humble. right? Because you know that, if I'm dealing with somebody who's just a regular person, I don't want to, like, if you train in a martial art, and that particular martial art, the end goal of that martial art is to take somebody's life, and you train professionally in it, you really want to avoid that situation at all costs. So you have no problem backing down or being humble or saying whatever, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, I'm cool. I apologize or whatever the case may be, because you know that if the situation turns into something, it could turn fatal. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's why martial art is called a discipline. That's why boxing and different things, that's why they're called disciplines. You know what I'm saying? Because it teaches you, as you become more proficient in violence, you should become more humble, you know what I'm saying? So that you're not always looking for opportunities, because not only can you hurt somebody, you can end up in jail.
That's why some boxers.
That's why somebody, yeah.
They have to register their hands.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not wrong. But hold up. Back up. You know what? Let me drop this on you. My challenge for the day is, I challenge you to be modest. Because when you be humble, maybe you think that, okay, you are, or maybe you know that you're better than. We're all equal. Maybe you know it, but sometimes you be like, oh, you got it, you're right. Maybe I'm the best rapper, but you know what? You the best rapper. Maybe that's what they say humble is. Toning it down. But I ask you to take it inner and practice your chi with some inner peace. So then, you know what I'm saying, you ain't gotta try to floss or shine on your brother or your sister. You ain't gotta try to be better than or try to embarrass your brother or your sister. Maybe you ain't gotta be Billy Badass all the time. And at the end of the day, maybe you can agree to disagree.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, I got this young man with me today. Issues. Man, tell them the platforms they can find you on again.
Check me out on Facebook, ISHUES. Just type in ISHUES and I'll come up. Last name CUTHBERTSON. That's my primary Facebook that I operate out of. Instagram, ISHUESDA_artist. YouTube channel is ISHUESDA artist. Yeah, those are the platforms I mostly operate out of. And look out for the website coming soon, issuestheartist.com. I'm gonna have merchandise on there, I'm gonna have music on there, I'm gonna have unreleased footage, unreleased music, all that.
And I'm pretty sure when they get up, you're gonna hit me up and tell me.
I definitely.
Mr. White, I'm ready to come back so I can tell y'all about it.
Dig it.
So y'all can get some of that merchandise and y'all can support, well, you can get some already anyway. But
hit me up, DM me on Instagram, Facebook message me. We got the new issues Walk of Fame shirts. You know what I'm saying? They've been going crazy over the last week, so get yours.
Hold on, what you mean Walk of Fame?
Yeah.
What you talking about? Walk of Fame? What you mean? Issues Walk of Fame. What? Is that like Hollywood or something, like Stars in Hollywood or something?
It's similar.
Actor?
It's the Athens version. You know what I'm saying? It's downtown. They got the plaques downtown honoring people who have contributed to the rich heritage of Athens music. Includes people like the B-52s and R.E.M. and DJ Danger Mouse and Lowdown and Duddy. And I was recently inducted into that prestigious group of artists and had a plaque put downtown next to, what is it, Kamikaze? What's the name of that? What's the name of that bar? Down the street from 40 Watt.
No idea. I try to stay out from down there.
Huh?
As much as I can.
Kamikaze Clock?
Yeah, it's next to Clock. Clocks.
Mm-hmm.
It's Clock. It's
Old Farm.
It's Paloma.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
what's
I think
after
it's
that?
Kamikaze.
Kamikaze.
Yeah, I think it's Kamikaze.
My plaque is right there. Issues. But I have the T-shirts, you know what I'm saying, with the plaque. I should have worn one today too. I'm tripping.
Got their own Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shout out to Athens.
Shout out to Athens.
Shout out to man. Shoot. But most important thing. I challenge you to be modest. Now, this is the most important thing. You box and you train and taekwondo. Well, not martial arts, because it helps the inner. And I was just talking to this young man last week. A lot of us traumatized, especially as black people. Therapy. Me, I'm a chef. It's therapeutic for me till I start dealing with these people. But some things and some tools that I have learned help me to, try to keep some of that under control. So if somebody needs some different type of therapy or some training, they might want to hit a bag or something. Hit them with that again so they remember.
X3 Sports, 2026 Millage Avenue. 2026 Millage Avenue. For those who've been in the city for a while, it's where the old Bilo used to be, in the shopping center at the bottom of Millage Avenue, close to the.
Okay.
Yeah. So come down there. I run the boxing program there. I also teach a program called Fast Track, which is speed and agility. I teach Power Track, which is basically weight training, and I also teach a class called Fight and Flow, which is basically it's intense calisthenics, deep stretching, and then yoga and meditation. You know what I'm saying?
Busy man, huh?
Yeah. So either of those, studies have showed, man, exercise and training has helped people just as much as therapy. You know what I'm saying? So you can't, coming to the gym is a form of therapy for a lot of people. A lot of my students come to the gym as a form of therapy, and I actually run my program with that in mind. You know what I'm saying? In fact, the last part of my class is pretty much just a 30 minute. It's either a minute or 2 minutes where we just blitz the bag, and I call that 30 seconds. 30-second therapy or 1 minute therapy. You know what I'm saying? Where you just put all your problems on the bag. You know what I'm saying? And then you just let them have it. You know what I'm saying? For a minute straight in the class. So yeah.
So if you're going to get training, you know what I'm saying, to defend yourself. Okay, cool. But if you're going to go get training and learn how to fight and stuff just to beat up people, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Punch yourself in the face one time. But hey, shout out to the Barber Shack, Tallahassee Road. Shout out to D10 Tires, next to Game School, next to McDonald's. Shout out to Jimmy Automotive with Davis, across the street from Walmart. Check this out. Rolling Ridge, June 17th. Having a Juneteenth party. Kids involved. Free food. Bounce houses. Live performances in Rolling Ridge, June 17th. Get ready for Hot Corner. As is Georgia. Stand up. Hold up. July the 1st. Civic Center. Oconee Civic Center. You remember Stan's Bar and Grill? Bachelor Street. Stan's Bar and Grill having a reunion. Civic Center, Oconee. It's something to do. This man busy. Wise man told me, don't be idle. Idle hands can fool you. Because an idle mind is a devil playground. That's right. Thank y'all for keeping it real with Mr. White and issues. Till next time. I see y'all Sunday, young man, young women.
I say it's great to be a Georgia Bulldog. I said it's great to be UGA. That's that underground Athens. UGA. That's that underground. It's a long way up. It's a long way down. Sometimes you get to past the ones you see on the way back down. It's a long way up. It's a long way way down. Yes, sir. You got to learn to love yourself before someone else. I said it's great to be a Georgia Bulldog. Say it's great to be a Georgia Bulldog. I said it's great to be a Georgia Bulldog.
Mr. White. This is how